All right, everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something pretty interesting today, something a lot of you probably been wondering about.
Yeah, with interest rates going kind of crazy lately.
It's been hard to ignore.
It really
Well,
has.
that's exactly what we're digging into today, how all these rate hikes are shaking things up in the world of annuities.
Annuities, right?
We've got this report here all about how rising interest rates are impacting annuities, and I got to say, I'm super curious to see what they found. I know I've personally been looking at my own retirement plan thinking, maybe I need to switch some things up. Have you had any of those thoughts yourself?
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely been on my mind, especially when it comes to planning for the long haul, for retirement and all that.
Absolutely. Okay, well, our report is actually claiming that rising interest rates are making annuities overall more attractive.
More attractive, okay.
Yeah, they're saying we could see some pretty cool stuff. Higher payouts, better guarantees. So what's the deal? Why is that happening?
Okay, well, at the core of it, it all boils down to how annuities are structured. See, when interest rates rise, it gives insurance companies more leeway to offer better terms on their annuity product. It's all connected.
Okay, that makes sense. So how does that actually work in practice? Like if you have different types of annuities, how does this play out?
Well, let's break it down, starting with those fixed annuities. Think of it like building a house.
Okay, a house?
Yeah, the guaranteed interest rates are like the foundation of that house.
Foundation. Okay,
When rates are up, it's like you're pouring a super strong foundation.
gotcha.
More stability, you see.
Right, right.
And that leads to more potential for growth. Think about things like multi-year guaranteed annuities.
MIGAs, yep.
Imagine you bought one, say, 5 years ago when rates were lower. Let's say you locked in a 2% guaranteed rate.
2%, okay.
Well, today, you could probably snag one with like a 5% rate.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
Right. Your money's going to grow way faster with that higher rate. It's a big deal.
That is a big deal. So for folks who are really focused on that steady, reliable return, it seemed like now might be a good time to be looking at fixed annuities.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just fixed annuities. This benefit spills over to income annuities as well, both immediate and deferred. Since insurance companies, they base their income payments on the current interest rates.
Uh-huh.
Someone who buys an annuity today is probably going to be getting bigger monthly checks compared to if they bought it when rates were lower.
Oh, wow. So it's almost like getting a raise on your retirement income just because you bought it at the right time.
Exactly. It's all about timing. And compared to those traditional fixed income investments, like your bonds or CDs, which might not be keeping up with these higher rates,
Right, yeah.
gut annuities start to look pretty good. Now, it gets a little more complex with indexed annuities. They link their returns to how the market's doing, right?
Right, yeah, those are a little more
Complicated, yeah.
involved.
But they offer some downside protection, which is great. But they also have these caps,
Caps, okay.
limits on how much you can earn. The good news is, in a rising rate environment, those caps tend to be higher.
Oh, so you've got more room to grow.
More room to grow, exactly. It's a win-win.
So rising rates are kind of like a double bonus for those folks who have indexed annuities.
Oh, got it.
They can possibly get more from the market's growth while still having that safety net.
Exactly.
Okay, what about variable annuities? Do they see any change?
Variable annuities, those are a little different because, well, they're tied to the specific investments you choose.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes, when rates are rising, it can be a sign that the overall market is getting stronger.
Like a good indicator.
Right. So that can open up some really cool opportunities within the variable annuity.
Okay, that's great. So it seems like there's a lot of potential upside with annuities when rates are on the rise.
For sure.
But we got to talk about the other side of things too. You mentioned that older annuities might not be as competitive. Could you explain that a bit more?
Oh, definitely. So let's say you bought a fixed annuity a while back when rates were much lower. You might be stuck with that lower guaranteed rate.
Stuck, oh no.
And then you see these newer annuities with much better rates, and it can be frustrating.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit of a bummer.
It would, especially if you're in that surrender period.
Oh, right. Tell us about surrender periods.
So lots of annuities have these surrender charges if you try to withdraw your money too early.
Too early, okay.
It can make switching to a new annuity, even one with a way better rate, really expensive.
Ah, that's something to keep in mind.
Definitely. That's why it's so important to really think things through, Timing is key.
It really does sound like there's a lot to consider here. It can get pretty complex pretty quickly.
It can be a maze, that's for sure.
A maze, yeah.
That's why having a good financial advisor in your corner is so important.
A guide through the maze.
Exactly. They can help you understand all the different types of annuities, figure out which ones might be right for you, and make sure it all fits in with my goals. They're essential.
Totally agree. And speaking of experts, it looks like the folks who put together this report, Diversified Insurance Brokers, well, it seems like that's their specialty.
They know their stuff.
So as we're wrapping up, what's the main takeaway you want our listeners to leave with today?
The most important thing to remember is that higher interest rates can make annuities look really good.
They do.
but you got to be smart about it.
Strategic.
Exactly. Whether you're thinking about a new annuity or you've already got one, understanding how they work, especially with these rising rates, it can make a big difference in your financial future. It's all about being informed.
Couldn't agree more. So for everyone listening, I'll leave you with this. Do you think an annuity has a place in your financial plan? And if so, what type might fit your goals best? This is just a starting point.
Yeah, just a taste.
Keep learning, keep asking questions, and remember, the more you know,
The better.
the better decisions you can make.
Exactly.
That's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See ya. TAIA.